Hello everyone. In this video, we will discuss about a very important and very discussed term, which is vectorization. So by the name of the vectorization, it may seem to you that it's very difficult, it's a complex term, but believe me, it's not so complex. When you see the implementation, it will be very easier to you. So vectorization in Numpy refers to apply mathematical operations to the entire arrays at once, rather than iterating through individual elements using Python loops explicitly. So the definition also may seem to you a difficult one, but when we understand using the example, using practical examples, then you must understand the fundamentals of vectorization. So suppose you are given an array with a specific elements and you want to add 10 to all of the elements of the array. Okay, so what will be your first approach? You will try to run a loop and then you will add 10 to each of the element, right? According to our programming mindset, it comes to our mind at first, but vectorization in NumPy makes this task more easy. So if we take an example of vectorization in NumPy, so we are given an array add 5 which has the element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's already declared. Okay. So add 5 if we want to add 10 to each element of the array. So it's a mathematical operation, but we don't need any type of loops here. We simply write print add 5 plus 10 and let's see the magic. All the elements I mean, the 10 is added to all the elements of the array. So this makes our task very easy. Right. So not only this addition, this can perform plenty of mathematical operations like print add 5. Suppose we want to multiply each element with 10, then the result is as expected. Then if we want to add 1, add 5, and if we want to divide each element by 3, then it also works well. If we want to print the square of all the elements, we can use the square function in p dot square, then add 5. And also you can see the all the squares of the element is of each element is printed. So this is how vectorization works. So as I told you earlier that it's not as complex as the name. It's very simple and in fact it's more easy than our manual setup, right? But if you are completely beginner, if you don't know how to add 10 to the each element of the array actually, how to print the square of each element of the array actually, then please don't try it. At first try to implement the logic using the Python loops explicitly, then obviously you can implement this. In fact, it makes your code more simple, more readable. And when you are having a complex project, then suppose for a part you have to add 3 to each element. For a mathematical purpose, you may add 3 to each element. Then you don't need to add 3 manually using loops. You can simply write this simple syntax and your work will be done. So like this, the vectorization works in NumPy, and it is in fact very useful operation in NumPy. Okay, thank you.